Hello everybody. So we're looking at the map of Cairnie's farm on their website. I think it's a useful thing to look at before you do visit the farm so you know where to go. So we're starting at the car park and then we're going to the cafe, which I'm pointing to on the screen. And then right beside the cafe is the shop, or sorry, right beside the shop is the cafe. The first thing that you'll see as soon as you enter the building is the shop, and then the cafe is beside it. Right outside that area is where the fun yard for the children is. There's a picnic area, as you can see, but the majority of the area is taken up by the fun yard for children. There's lots of different things dotted about, like the teepee and the dog play area. Right on the right hand side is where the raspberries and the gooseberries are. So if we're looking for soft fruit of that kind, that's where it's situated. So as we move up the screen, you can see the different activities that are there for children. I really do recommend Cairnie's Fun Yard. It's got so much variety than the average play park would have. You can also see the mega maze to the left hand side. That's a seasonal activity. And then to the right hand side is the pumpkins and the sunflowers. And then right up at the top is where you get the strawberries. The mega maze is a seasonal thing, which I'm pointing to at the moment. You should check the website for the different activities that exist in the different seasons. So we're going back down to the car park, and then I should explain right now that the cherry trees are across the across the road from the main car park. There's an overflow car park across the road, and then as you go to the right hand side of it, that's where you find the cherry trees. But this you're looking at is the main car park, and then you slowly approach to find the shop. This is where we had to put our face masks on even. And as soon as you enter, you see the main area of the shop, decorated with beautiful flowers on the outside. As soon as you go into the shop, there's the traditional things that you would find in tourist shops like handmade British sweets. There was a lot of local products as well as a lot of niche products. This is important. So this at the back of the shop, if you come perhaps too late to pick your own fruit, there's baskets of fruit that you can buy at the back of the shop. Cairnies also make their own products, such as these bottles of vinegar that you can see now. I think the shop was decorated so well. I just wanted to show you some photos of things that they had there and how they displayed it. I think it's a really nice shop. Make time to spend in the shop as well as the fields outside picking the fruit. The staff there are very friendly also, I should say, and this is a display of sunflowers that you can pick there. And there's also children's toys displayed. There's a lot of local products, like I said, like this honey that I'm going to show you now. So if you're looking for farmers' fresh products, there's lovely things in the shop. There's also baked goods that they sell from really good companies. There's Cairnie's own cake. But there's all these lovely things that you can take home as gifts for people as well as munch on the way home, I suppose. There's cannoli, there's cookies, there's macarons. There's absolutely tons of things. So these are great items for gifts, the sauces and things. I thought this was really lovely. So the Fine Cheese Company, again, like I said, there's a lot of British products. So these are one of the examples. So you get these mini toasts where you can get these jams to apply onto the toasts, and the toasts have different flavors: pepper, I don't know what else. It had fruity flavors, savory flavors, something for everybody. And there's even damson jam. If you've not tried it, you should try it. Damson is a fruit that's grown in Britain. I don't think many people do know about it or even sort of understand that we have that kind of fruit growing in the UK. Some people do, some people don't. These are some of the handmade products or artist products. So you can see there's a big board saying it's Fife Crafts. You can get candle melts. You can get soaps. I think very soon I will show you goat's milk soap that they were selling in the shop. Yeah, there you go. So that's goat milk soap. Apparently it's really good if you've got dry skin, and if you've got eczema, I think it helps. I have heard of this. So this is from, I think, Claddock Farm, if I'm correct. Yeah. So I did end up buying one of these because I have dry skin myself, and it was pleasant to use. So this is the cafe. You can also sit outside with a hot drink if you want to keep an eye on the kids. So this is the fun yard. It was fenced off, but you need to buy a ticket, I think, to get into the fun yard. We didn't end up going there, but just to let people know that it's there if you're interested, if you have children. So this is the beginning of the strawberry pick your own site. So we were heading towards the strawberry pick your own site that was underneath these tents. So there you go. So this is what it looks like inside. The good thing about Cairnie's fruit farm is the strawberries aren't on the ground, so you're not sort of bending over too much. You can see they're on raised beds, so it's easy to pick. And there's plenty of fruit. There's a difference to freshly pricked strawberries than the strawberries you find in the supermarket, I should say that. And there's just plenty of fruit in Cairnie's fruit farm. And lots of children were picking their own, so it's a great activity if you've got children. So you can see what kind of strawberries you should be picking. So the one on the left, white, and then in the medium, in the middle, which is not completely ripe yet, and then the one on the right hand side is what we're looking for to pick. And you can see I've got plenty of strawberries, and everybody did come there. There's absolutely tons of fruit for you to pick, and it was yummy to eat. Then right beside the strawberries are the pumpkin patches. Now they weren't open for picking, but that's because they weren't in season. Like I said, please check the website or phone up to find more information. They did have, I think, a pumpkin picking activity in October. So this shows you the different stages of a pumpkin if children are watching. It goes from flower to smaller sort of development to full-on fruit. There's different types of pumpkins that you could see as well. So there was these green ones, yellow ones, white ones. I just wanted to show you plenty of photos of the different varieties there. These aren't things that you would usually see in the supermarket, so it's interesting for both adults and children to see. And they were grown along these lanes of irrigation systems that they had in. You can see this is the white with yellow striped variety, and there were many rows of pumpkins. And then to the rightmost hand side is where the sunflowers are. There's different varieties of sunflowers again, dark burgundy ones, the traditional yellow ones, as well as the yellow ones with burgundy stripes on them. These are the sunflowers that they used for the display in the shop. And yes, you can pick the sunflowers as well. You will need to ask for secateurs at the beginning so that you can cut them off easily because they have quite chunky stems. There was lots of people doing that, and there was lots of sunflowers to pick. And then comes the other soft fruit, like the gooseberries and the raspberries. They were all in rows like this. And I'm going to show you some photos of the raspberries growing on the plants. So these weren't ripe yet, as you can see, and then that one right there is ripe, ready to go. Again, plenty of fruit. Lovely raspberries in that box there. Then we went over across the road to where the cherry trees were kept under these polytunnels. So there were different varieties of cherry trees. The variety that we picked on the day, because they choose which polytunnel to open up, I guess, depending on which trees are ripe in that season, at that time of that season, sorry. So we had gone into a tent where there was a variety called Sunburst. You can check for the different varieties that they grow at the farm on the website once again. So as you go in, there are, I think, 2, 3, 4 rows in each polytunnel, if I'm correct. And you're just free to roam about to pick. But unlike the strawberries and the raspberries, where you pay at the end of picking, cherry trees you pay for a box at the beginning. There's usually somebody standing outside the polytunnels with a card reader or and a money box if you're using cash, I suppose, and you pay before you go in. Again, there was plenty of fruit, and there's a massive difference in taste between cherries you buy in the supermarket and the cherries you pick straight off the tree. And also, you don't get this, I don't think you get this variety of cherry in the supermarket. I haven't seen them anyway. These are called Sunburst, like I said. They're a dark-skinned cherry, and they're a very big sized cherry, as you can see. And they were absolutely delicious. Usually the cherries that you buy in the supermarket, most of the fruit is the stone, whereas in this case, most of the cherry was the cherry, rather than the stone taking up very much room. And there was absolutely plenty of fruit to pick. We had gone, I believe, late August time, so if you're interested in picking this variety, go at that time. But phone ahead of time and find information, then plan your trip. So there was lots of trees laden down with fruit. As you can see. Lovely dark skinned cherries. Sorry, but that something was in front of the camera there. Absolutely laden down with fruit. I think this is one of the, I've been to other fruit farms, and this is one of the best that we've been to. I absolutely recommend Cairnie's farm for the whole experience, and it's a great place for the family. There's somewhere to eat, there's somewhere for the children to play, there's somewhere that you can go and let them go free and pick the fruit themselves. It's easy for them to do. There's even a dog play area like we saw at the beginning. So there's something for everybody. So this is one of the other varieties that weren't open to picking yet. So you can see the Sunburst variety is very different from the other one. These are some close-ups of the cherries. And this is what it looks like once you bite into them. Like I said, it's mostly flesh, and it's a very chunky cherry. And I got a box full, and I was a very happy girl. So there you go. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you do get a trip out to Cairney's fruit farm. See ya. Bye bye.